All right, let's talk about something that probably drives a lot of you crazy. It's that end-of-the-month mystery, the case of the disappearing money. It's a super frustrating puzzle, but you know what? We're going to solve it. Right here, right now. Let's dive in.
I mean, does this sound familiar to you? You get your salary, and for a few glorious days, you feel on top of the world. You pay the bills, you do your thing, and then you dare to look at your bank account. And it's just way lower than you expected. You're just left there scratching your head thinking, where did all my money actually go?
Yeah, this feeling is pretty much universal, isn't it? It's like a magic trick you never wanted to see. One minute, the money is right there in your account, and the next, poof, it's just vanished.
Okay, so let's really dig into this scenario. Think of this as the before picture, that state of total confusion that kicks off this whole journey of discovery.
And this, right here, is the real paradox, the heart of the problem. Most of us genuinely believe we're being responsible, right? I mean, you're not out there buying yachts or booking spontaneous trips to Paris. But for some reason, the numbers just don't add up. And what you realize is the real issue isn't irresponsibility. It's just a lack of awareness. It's what happens when you're spending without any real system in place.
So, the big question is, how do we solve this thing? Well, the answer is actually in a really simple but incredibly powerful experiment, a 30-day tracking challenge that, honestly, anyone can do.
This is it. This is the one simple rule. And it sounds almost too easy to work, doesn't it? But here's the deal. For 30 days, you just have to write down every single expense. I'm not just talking about the big stuff, like rent. I mean every coffee, every little snack, every bus ticket, no exceptions whatsoever.
And the way you do it is super simple. You don't need any fancy software or anything. A plain old notebook works, or you can just grab a free app on your phone. The only thing that really matters here is consistency. Just record every single thing you spend money on, and then you start to group it into categories. That's the magic step. That's when the patterns start to pop out.
And look, you don't need to get all complicated with the categories. Something as basic as this is perfect. The goal here isn't to turn you into an accountant overnight. It's just about putting your spending into a few simple buckets so you can finally answer that question, where is my money actually going?
All right, let's get to the juicy part, the results. Because after 30 straight days of tracking every single rupee, wow, the truth that came out was a major wake-up call.
This is where things got really interesting. All those small daily treats, the coffees, the snacks, those little things you buy without thinking, when you actually added them all up, they cost more than an essential bill, like electricity. It's like financial death by 1,000 cuts. These are the little invisible leaks that are just slowly draining your bank account.
So, what was the final shocking number? After tallying everything up, it turned out that a full 35% of all the money coming in was being spent on things that, when you really looked at them, weren't necessary at all. Just let that sink in for a second. More than a third of an entire month's income was just evaporating on stuff that wasn't even essential. See, this wasn't about being bad with money. It was about not being aware. And that realization, that was the big turning point.
And really, that's the most important part. The data just doesn't lie. When you see the hard numbers in black and white, it transforms that vague, nagging feeling of I'm always broke into a super clear picture of your actual habits. It's this powerful aha moment of financial self-discovery.
So it's this new awareness that makes everything else possible. It's what lets you go from feeling like your finances are total chaos to finally feeling in control. And it all comes down to having a new, clear framework to work with.
So this whole experiment really boiled down to 3 huge lessons. The first one is simple. You can't control what you don't measure, period. Second, you can never, ever underestimate those small leaks. I mean, think about it. That daily 300 rupee coffee, that's 9,000 rupees a month. And finally, the biggest lesson of all, a budget isn't about restriction. It's about direction. It's a roadmap that puts you in the driver's seat, deciding exactly where your money is going to go.
So, armed with all this new knowledge, it was time for a new system. And that's where the famous 50-30-20 rule comes in. It's a really simple but super effective way to stop looking backward at your spending and start planning for the future. It's all about giving every single rupee a specific job to do.
So here's how it breaks down. It's really straightforward. 50% of your income is for your absolute needs. We're talking rent, bills, groceries, the essentials. 30%, that's for your wants. This is your fun money for going out to eat, entertainment, hobbies. And then, and this is the crucial part, 20% is dedicated entirely to your future. That means savings, investments, or paying off debt. And the result of using a simple framework like this, it's honestly profound. That guilt that you sometimes feel when you spend money, it just disappears because you know it's all part of the plan. You stop guessing and you start being in control. You finally get a real intuitive feel for your own money.
So, I want to leave you with this one question. This whole thing, it's not just a story. It's really an invitation. It's an invitation for you to try this simple but powerful experiment for yourself. What kind of financial truths are hiding in your spending habits? What could you discover in just 30 days of tracking?